Despite a solid offensive performance by Hawaii's Stephen Hunt, the Warrior volleyball team struggled from the service line and couldn't steal a set from top-ranked UCLA. Bruin outside hitter Gonzalo Quiroga played errorless offense and finished with an amazing hitting percentage of .760. It's the rematch between the Bruins and the Warriors as Hawaii bids a fond aloha to UCLA's Al Skates. And aloha, everybody. Welcome again inside the stands. Sheriff Center, underway we go. Your starting lineups at the top of your screen, brought to you by the Hawaiian Tel Federal Credit Union. Trying to chase that ball. What a nice play by K-Spear, and a better little dump shot by Nick West on the overpass. We start the night off, Chris. Aloha to you with a fantastic rally.
That was a great rally and great hustle by the Bruins, only to be topped by Nick West being very alert at the net. Pop that ball down.
So back to serve for Hawaii. J.P. Marks is quite silent in the stand. Sheriff Center, another overpass and hit backwards onto the Hawaii side by Caldwell. And then the big double block with K-Spear and Weston Dunlop. Dunlop, 6'8", K-Spear. Well, he's a shorty out there, just 6'4".
You know, last night the Bruins got outblocked 7.5 to 7. I asked Al Skates, what could you do better tonight? It was almost a perfect, flawless game. And he said, well, we can do one thing better. You're going to see a better block tonight. Already they've got one block on the Warriors.
Team blocks last night, 7 for UCLA, 7.5 for Hawaii. So you heard from Charlie Wade talking about the fact even after that first game, we out-hit him, we out-blocked him. So get the serves in here and it could be a completely different ball game. And so far, Hawaii spot on with the serves, and that swing long, and Hawaii will jump out to a 3-1 advantage. And that's
first error by Quiroga.
We didn't see all last night, exactly.
He didn't make one error all night long, and all of a sudden, he makes one. How about that?
You know, I talked to Coach Hall and to Charlie Wade, and you and I have talked about the fact that whether it's just coming to Hawaii or being this arena or whatever it is, but it obviously continues to bring out the best of teams and the best of individuals. And we see it night after night, week after week in these matches as that ball was powered through.
Yeah, Thomas Amberg powering it through. Hawaii had 3 blockers up there. They knew where that ball was going and still couldn't stop Amberg. He the one with the almost like a cast on his left hand.
Nice pass by Marks. It sets up the perfect set for the Jared Lofi hammer.
And UCLA knew that Hawaii is going to the middle early, so they commit on Lofi, go up there right with the setter. And Mascaro does a nice job of delivering a perfect set to Lofi.
Hawaii up 4-2 here in the early going. Beautiful pass. We talked about that in the play of Mottram, and you saw it right there. The guy's so talented. The transfer out of UC Santa Barbara. Opportunity now. And the big block, Taylor Averill the opposite. And that's why he's in that role. Not only can he swing, but at 6 feet 8 inches tall, he could put up a block. And Hawaii up to a quick 5-2 start. That's a great sign for the Warriors.
That's an area where Charlie Wade said he wanted more production out of Taylor Averill at the net blocking.
And
he got it right then.
And we talked about Scott Hartley in there. His job to dig passes. And let's talk about the serves tonight, shall we? Every serve has been in, and the first service ace, we didn't have a single service ace last night.
I know. How about this? Mascaro just takes a good cut on this one, cuts it wide. Setter has to pass it. Next thing you know, Hawaii's up 6-2.
And wait a minute, Al Skates, call it TO. All righty, back, and a great start for Hawaii. Very quickly, Chris, let's look at the Kaiser Permanente keys to the match.
Well, for UCLA, every night is a special night because these seniors, especially 5 of them, know they're doing it for Big Al. They just want to get win number 1,231 for him. And for Hawaii, they got to bring the shovels, got to get better digging tonight. They only dug 14 balls all night last night, so digging is crucial.
Off the block, and just out, and Charlie Wade up off the bench. He's just pumped up, and the team is inspired, and that's why Hartley is in there, is to dig some of those passes. That one deflected out. K-Spear will be back to serve. His team down by 3 serving 6. Pass, Lofi blocked, and then the overpass. Off Lofi and out. That was Nick Vogel, the 6'9" senior. We got a baseball score from just next door, Lesburg County Stadium. The Rainbows jumping out to a quick 2-zip advantage after winning the first game last night 4-1. Got a little interesting in the 9th inning. The Ducks of Oregon actually had the bases loaded in the go-ahead run at the plate, but Hawaii managed to put out that fire. And here, Hawaii up early 7-4 in another block.
Taylor Averill had to put a ball, a bad set from Biscaro. He had to put it over the net, gave UCLA like a free ball. But Lofi saved it by coming up with that huge block right there to give Hawaii their 7th point. Still got a 3-point lead. This is there's the basketball score.
Yeah, this is the bracket buster for the UH men's basketball team, falling short against the Grizz. Better news, though, for the Wahine. How's this? They go on the road, they win 2 straight. So congratulations to them. They swept La Tech both home and away in the final season of the WAC for Hawaii. Big swing, putting it right down between the Hawaii front line is Thomas Amber.
I'll tell you something, Stephen Hunt put a lot of heat in that serve. But Evan Mottram, their libero they've got, who was most valuable libero in an international tournament last summer, just put it right on the money.
Averill, the block comes back. They get it over to JP Marks, blocked again. And that's the duo of number 6 and 7 teaming up. Dunlop and Vogel, 6'8" and 6'9", right in your face.
Every time you turn around, there's a large Bruin in front of you. That's the way it is when you play UCLA.
The funny thing is they're all so big when you look out there on the court. That one served right into the back of the head of Vogel. But you look at them out there on the court, because they're all so tall, you kind of lose perspective, and it gets lost in the fact that they're all 6'6", 6'7", 6'8".
Exactly. Here's
until they bring in the libero Matra.
Hamburg there puts his hand up, apologizing to Vogel.
Yeah, as well he should. Well, making up for it there, Vogel says, Vogel, I got you back.
Vogel was hitting negative the first 2/3 of the night last night. I think he's in a little makeup time. He had 231 last night. That's not like his normal hitting, where he's right around 300.
They hit 406 as a team, did UCLA. The overpass, the two-handed push down doesn't go by Dunlop, and an opportunity for Averill. Again, Dunlop is there, and this time he manages to put the block down. So Dunlop, the quick hitter out of Newport Beach. He's another senior who goes 6'8".
Good to see Costello low to the ground there, keep that ball alive in the cover.
Another great serve, and that's going to be a service ace. And the first lead change of the game. Hawaii had the Bruins 6-3. Now they trail at 9-8. And Vogel, you can see his numbers on the season, 5 aces to 31 service errors. Again, last night, Hawaii 17 service errors, no aces. They've already got 1 ace tonight.
And serving for Vogel in the past has been sometimes an adventure. This year he's got 4 aces, 29 errors.
And again, the block up front by Weston Dunlop, and he's got 3 already, and that's a 4-0 run now by the Bruins of UCLA.
Pretty good pass up by Hawaii, right to the spot. So Hawaii won that quick back set to West, but UCLA just waiting for it.
Costello off the tape. Nice set to Nick West over the middle. He puts it down for the kill, his first.
West goes OTT there over the top of a very large Bruin block. Perfect pass by Costello. Nice high set by Biscaro. And Nick West finishes.
And again, Scott Hartley in there in the libero position. Hawaii going with that dual libero tonight. And his job, very simple. Get some digs. There he is.
This time Vogel stepped over the 3-meter line. Hawaii gets the point. Vogel, by the way, is a converted opposite hitter, hitting out of the back row. He's been playing middle most of his life at UCLA, and he was playing middle all the way up until the fall. Then they decided to convert him to opposite because he felt that was his best position.
Third tie of the match, but not for long, as Taylor Averill serves it wide, and it's 11-10 now, UCLA.
Actually, Vogel was playing in the Pan American Games for the USA in the fall, was playing middle for them.
Quiroga with the serve. They're going to set up JP. And the Bruins, cross-court pass to Casebeer. He manages to hammer it down. And the Bruins back up by 2.
You know, the one area in which people thought UCLA might be weak on the outside, they know their middles are good. They're hitting over 550. They thought, well, maybe their outsides will be susceptible to being blocked. But you know what? K-Spear and Quiroga haven't been blocked much by Hawaii, that's for sure.
Setting up Averill from the back row. Good set, had a good swing on it, but flew it long, and Charlie Wade's going to call his first timeout as the Warriors trail 13-10. So we'll take a break from the Stanley. You're watching University of Hawaii Warrior Volleyball on OC Sports. Alrighty, back at the Stan Sheriff Center on a Saturday night. Let's go inside the numbers presented by HMSA.
0 aces last night for Hawaii. Last night, the first match this year where they haven't gotten an ace, but tonight they did get one by Biscaro early on, so they broke that streak.
Punt on the pass again. Averill out of the back row. This time manages to put it inside the court. Dug up. Quiroga back the other way. And Marks goes cross court for the winner. So JP getting a good set. Hawaii back within 2. It'll be 11 serving 13.
JP, as Tony Ching alluded to in the opening, he said JP's got to get more sets tonight. He only had 12 sets last night, hit 250. So watch for him to get more sets tonight to take some of that load off of Stephen Hunt. Hunt so far with only 1 set. What's winning for the Bruins right now? 4 blocks to Hawaii's 1 or 2.
4 for the Bruins here midway through the first set. They had 7 all night last night. That serve just long, and Mark's giving a good look at it and saying, wow, that sure looked good from where he was standing.
Looked good from here, and I'm like 50 feet away. What do you think?
Yeah, no, it looked good from here too. I mean, Mark's kind of really gave like a, huh? You kidding me look? But they get it right back on the service error by the Bruins. Well, let's look at that JP Marks serve, and oh, that was in.
Whoa, looked good by our cameras, didn't it?
That was in. Oh, there's a beautiful serve by West. Takes it to the far corner. Makes K-Spear go into dive mode and unable to come up with it. So Hawaii now with its 2nd service ace, and really they should have 3 right now.
And Charlie Wade and I were talking before the game about the serving woes last night, and certainly Nick had a lot of trouble. He had 5 misses, but you know what? Charlie said he wasn't missing by much.
Another good serve. Good pass by Quiroga. Taylor Averill not able to turn that one up. Bounces all the way up into the stands, and so side out, point UCLA. And that brings us to our first media timeout at 15-13. Al skates his final match here in the Stan Sheriff Center. Hawaii doesn't want to be hospitable. Listening to the music, the series record sponsored by Aston Hotels and Resort. And if there were ever a couple of teams or one team that Hawaii has a whole lot of history with, it is these Bruins.
And the Bruins have a significant advantage over Hawaii. Of course, the Bruins have been at it longer than pretty much any other men's volleyball team in the country. They started way back in 1970. So they got off to you could say, a running start over the rest of the teams in the country.
And the Bruins have now won the last 6 matches in the series to be played here inside this dome, dating back to 2008. Biscaro getting the set in a roll reversal. Hunt now off the block, dug up in the back row by Quiroga. And then off the antenna goes Nick Vogel, point Hawaii, and they're back within 1.
It's amazing that Hawaii is even in this game, hitting negative. 4 kills, 5 errors. The Bruins have blocked them 4 times. They've had their own unforced hitting errors. But the Bruins only hitting 0-59 themselves. It's been a serving and blocking game.
Good serve by Biscaro, and that ball is hit in. So point UCLA, they go back up by 2, 16-14, K-Spear. the senior out of Santa Barbara, California, floats it over. Viscaro sets up Hunt off the block of Quiroga. And then they go to Casepier flying into the back. Costello sends it back over the net. Nearly an overpass. Not a good set for Quiroga, so an opportunity for Hawaii. And Hunt off the double block. And that one high off, I don't know if it caught the shoulder of Amberg, but it went flying back out. And that's a big swing and a good sign for Hawaii.
I'm not sure how Stephen Hunt does this. He has one-step approach and goes up against a huge block and just unloads. Hits one off the noggin.
Yep.
That time looked like it was off Amberg.
That was a header indeed, and Hawaii back within one, and that one crawls over the net. So sometimes, just sometimes, you need a little bit of luck.
The service gods are looking over Hawaii tonight, as they were not last night. Hunt hits this one pretty hard to get some cable. In the old days, remember, this would have been an error. Now, in the new era of volleyball, those cables are good.
So 3 service aces now by Hawaii. Should have been 4. That one that was certainly in, called out, and another good serve. Matram with a good pass, and another opportunity for Hawaii. Setting it up. JP Marks cross court again for the winner. Oh no, they're going to say.
What happened was Scott Hartley, the libero, had his foot on the 3-meter line when he set it with his hands. If when you're a libero and you're inside or touching that 3-meter line, you've got to bump set the ball. You cannot use your hands.
And that time, Quiroga just had that ball set up for him, and Viscaro did what he could.
Charlie Wade's got 2 timeouts to use here. 25's coming up awfully quickly. I'd use them immediately if they don't get a side out here.
And Averill off the block. And Hawaii back within a point, 17 serving 18. Well, you know, last night in that first game, Hawaii outplayed UCLA in 2 of the 3 major facets of the game and lost. Tonight they're getting outplayed, but they're right in it. Yeah. It just goes to show you a couple little breaks, that service ace that trickled over the net. A point here, a point there, and the whole complexion of the match can change. Brooks the door, and it serves it right into the tape on the top of the net.
Trying to do a little bit too much of that. I think he's trying to cut that to area 1, which is where the setter is usually coming from. Trying to make it tough on Caldwell coming out of the back row, but didn't work.
So Nick Vogel to serve off the top of the net. And Nick West had a good set, tried to bite off a little bit too much also. He was going for that corner and missed it by about 1.5 feet, and Charlie Wade going to call a timeout at 20-17.
Hawaii got a good pass there from Stephen Hunt, and then a nice swing. Good set by Viscaro, then a nice swing. Nick West, he just missed that ball. Again, he's facing a couple pretty big blockers up there. It was more of an avoidance attack than he was trying to avoid the block. As you see Brian Rofer giving the numbers to Al Skates so that Coach Skates can go into the huddle and tell them where to be blocking Hawaii's hitters in the next rotation.
We only involved 13 kills.
Well, an opportunity for us while we have a break to take a look at the Mid-Pacific Petroleum leaderboard, brought to you by Mid-Pac Petroleum.
There are a couple legends at the top, Al Skates of UCLA and Marv Dunphy, but Al almost doubling up Dunphy's numbers there, 50-29 in years served as an active coach. Joe Wortman from Pacific with 19, Jeff Campbell at Cal State Northridge with 15, and then John Spraw, who was just here last weekend, with 10. It's amazing, you know, Campbell, even though he's got 15 years compared to Skates 50, Skates at least has been sponsored since 1962 by the University of California and the Regents at the Board of Regents. Jeff Campbell had to withstand the earthquake of 1998 or something, and the school practically shut down, and they almost lost the entire program.
Wow. Well, hey, we got an opportunity while we have this break. Ryan Suji kind of eavesdropping in on the Charlie Wade huddle there. Ryan?
Thanks. Well, right now, head coach Charlie Wade talking to his staff, trying to figure out what UCLA is going to do. On the other side, UCLA head coach Al Skate really talking to his team about his blocking. He's not happy with the way their hand positioning is over the net. And I got to tell you, the sideline for Hawaii, much more enthusiastic than what we saw last night. These guys seem to be much more focused going into tonight. Back to you guys.
Alrighty, thank you very much, Ryan. Nick Vogel back to serve with a 20-17 advantage. Stephen Hutt goes down low to get that one. Averill powers it through the block this time. Quiroga was right there, but it dropped right on his side of the net. So a good swing by Averill, who's been a little bit long on a couple of those swings. Hartley back in, and to serve for Hawaii is going to be Dominic Lyle, the freshman out of San Clemente High School in California.
Little double sub here. Take the setter out of the front row, put the big Stanley Hinkle in, and then get Dominic Lyle to set from the back row.
Hartley, Hinkle, and Lyle. So 3 new players, but one of them the libero in Hartley, who's been going in and out with Costello. And obviously everybody wants to make sure they're on the right page with all the substitutions and the rotation, and Charlie Wade just kind of creeping in that direction, and okay, they got the all right. The whistle.
I want to make sure they don't have a rerun of the Outrigger Hotels Classic when they had all those delays, remember?
Oh, yeah. Oh, the left hand kind of out of nowhere.
You remember Caldwell, when he's in the front row, he is always dangerous. The left-handed setter has an advantage there, attacking the ball coming from the back row, and every once in a while, Caldwell will do it. He averages a little over a kill a game doing just that. So
Quiroga now with the serve. And Marks, and that ball blocked but out. That'll be a point for Hawaii. And they're back within a 2 spot at 21-19.
A good serve by Quiroga, though, but J.P. Marks popped it right up, and he got the set back from Lyle.
So Marks going back to serve it for Hawaii. A big serve right here. Hawaii wants to get to that 20 mark, pull the gap within 1. Again, Hawaii losing in 3 straight in the finals of the Outrigger Invitational last month, losing in 3 straight again to the Bruins last night. And Marks hits it long. So it'll be 22-19. Back to serve for the Bruins, Weston Dunlop. And the quick move to West comes right back at Hunt, pops it up, but nobody able to get it down. And now it's 23-19, and the Bruins are closing in on that first set. Big swing there on the attack there by West, blocked. Stanley Hinkle trying to go cross court, looking for a touch, and they get it off the block.
Stanley Hinkle continues his steady ways on the right side there as Charlie Wade continues to try to find an opposite player, someone who play opposite the setter.
Stanley Hinkle 6'5", but he can fly. By the time he's up there, he's probably close to Taylor Averill, who's 6'8", in terms of the angle from where he's hitting. And coming right at us, and I deflect it right on top of our cameraman Pat's head there. Sorry, buddy.
UCLA is claiming that Hunt hit the net, or right there, and the referee said no. It was Caldwell that followed through into the net. So Hawaii got a break there because I think Hunt did get the cable there.
The 21-23 West with a good serve. Setting it up, Case Spear off the block. Marks trying to keep it alive, and a diving effort by Taylor Averill, or excuse me, by Dominic Lyle, but he's not going to be able to get there. Great effort. And Charlie Wade watched that all happen right beneath his eyes, and
good touch by Loaf. Good touch by Loaf, and then great pursuit by Dominic Lyle there. The Warriors really much more focused tonight, much more energetic, much more enthusiastic. Basically playing their hearts out again. And Charlie Wade's got a young group. We need to keep reminding people of how young this team is. Only got a couple, 3 seniors in Lofi, Hunt, and Costello.
And then Hinkle's a freshman.
And after that, it gets very young.
Yeah, you got 3 freshmen in there. And Marks, Lyle, and Hinkle. And the big roof as Case Beer. Nope, not Case Beer. Check that. Coming in there was number 18, and that was Thomas Anberg, who puts up the big block on set point. So the Bruins, like last night, same score in the first set, in fact. 25-21, Al Skates and Charlie Wade switch directions. We'll be back with set 2.